Well, lastly, some humongous news. We got, I mean, not official confirmation, but it has been reported that they have offered the role of James Bond to Aaron Taylor Johnson, who you all know is Craven and Kick-Ass and all that.
Officially offered from the Broccoli's, who own James Bond and all the Ian Fleming work.
Right. So he hasn't accepted it yet.
He hasn't accepted it.
He's been offered it.
But he's been offered it. There's also been a huge PR campaign going on with him lately. Like he just was on the cover of Rolling Stone, and there's all these outlets being like the next, Britain's next leading man.
Wow.
And I feel like this is all like, he's probably like, there's like, we know he's gonna.
They're gearing him up to do this. Right?
Yes.
Interesting.
So I think that they wouldn't have put this out there if he wasn't, and I don't think as many people would be reporting on it if he wasn't going to take it.
That's
now
possible.
we could be wrong, but just saying that, just on the assumption that he does take it, I think honestly, I love Daniel Craig as James Bond, but I think Daniel Craig's James Bond got very dark.
Sure. I mean, even in the second movie, it got dark.
Even in the first movie, it got dark.
Sure. Yeah. It's a gritty James Bond. That's what we got.
And I like it. I really do. But
right. Like, I don't want to go back to the traditional James Bonds that we've had,
but I do a little bit.
In a sense, not 100%.
And I think that Aaron Taylor Johnson has the potentiality to, he could do the dark. He could do a little bit of the dark, but he could also bring back a bit of like fun and charm.
That's what I want from James Bond.
Daniel Craig had charm for sure,
but it was subtle.
It was subtle, and it was more like sexy, like
right. Like I'm a hot dude, right? Yeah.
Like I'm like a silent man, like I don't talk a lot and I have sex with a lot of women, but he has the potential. Now I think I don't want him to be like fucking what's his name from
Sean Connery?
I don't want him to be Sean Connery and like Goldfinger and being like men talk and just slapping girls' butts.
No, obviously the writing would serve him better for these modern times for sure. Yeah.
So, but I do think that he could bring back some of that fun, suave, bit, and I think he would look good as a spy.
No, yeah, I think the bonuses for me, like I do want a different version after Daniel Craig. Like I love Daniel Craig. To me, he's like the best James Bond we've ever had. But I want to see something new, and I think Aaron Taylor Johnson gives you more youth than Daniel Craig ever did. I think Daniel Craig was already 40 by the time they made that first one.
Yeah.
And I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's like early 30s at the moment. I could be wrong about
like
that.
Mid 30s.
Is he? I thought he was 33, but I could be wrong. He's got the height. Yeah. Okay, wow, I got it right. He's got the height. I think he could put on. I don't think James Bond ever needs too much muscle, but he's looked really good.
I mean, did you see his
muscle? Have
you seen him as what he looks like as Craven?
Yeah, no, he looks great. I don't think he's going to be that big for James Bond. We'll see. Who knows? But
I think if you took James Bond in like a John Wick kind of way, like look, could be fun. Like fun has levity. It's not that dark, but you make the action scenes like John Wick.
I think you could make the action like another level over Daniel Craig's. Like I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's got that kind of. Like he has ability to do action movies, like, and we've seen it time and time again. So, I think it works on almost every level. I'm pretty psyched about it if he takes it. So it's probably one of my choices. I think when I saw the list of people who were gonna, audition or whatever.
And it matches everything that they were talking about. Like they wanted a younger Bond,
right? Who could last
they were looking
for a franchise, right?
Right. So I'm down for it. I'm interested to see what kind of direction. I almost wonder if like they'll bring it back in time a little bit.
I would love that. That'd be very cool to make James Bond a period piece.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
But
like
I'm sorry, go on.
Well, like I think it would almost be more interesting to do it that way. But granted, like it would be the first time they would ever do something like that. I feel like.
I guess, are you thinking because we've already seen like a modern James Bond?
You could get even more modern,
sure,
but like I think, I don't know. It sounds appealing to me to make it more of a period piece. But then again, I don't know if you run the gambit of like, just doing the same old,
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think I could be down for a period piece. I think that would work. I don't know if he's traditionally what I would think of like in a 60s, 70s James Bond though. But I don't see why it wouldn't work. I'd be down either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it honestly. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.